Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Oh man, there's so much stuff happening in the world today, isn't there? There is a lot and it's kind of crazy. Just how it's going, really. Quick recap of the world of what's going on just regarding Russia. Putin didn't want us to use long-range missiles or anybody to use long-range missiles because then he says gives him the authority to use nuclear weapons. We don't want that. Nobody wants that. That sounds like a bad idea. Don't do that. But Joe Biden decided it was okay. So now we are going to go see or listen to Donald Trump. He issues an emergency warning, calls for an immediate ceasefire to be declared by Ukraine and Russia. Because if it goes the way that it's going, Trump is not going to be president because there's no presidents that's going to be going on at that time. Like, if there's a nuclear war that goes on before he's president, it's game over for everybody. It is. I know there's some crazy people out there that's saying, oh, I don't want to become president because I hope he does bad. I hope this goes through. Look, if we're on, and I've used this analogy multiple times, but if me and you are on a cruise ship, okay? We're cruising, we're on the way to the Bahamas. We're having a great time. I like the captain of the ship, but you, for some reason, do not like the captain of the ship, okay? Understand, whatever. You don't like the captain, that's okay. We still want the captain to do a good job because if the captain doesn't, we're going to crash and die, all right? Same thing. You might not like Donald Trump. Some people might like Donald Trump, but even if you don't like him, when he becomes president, hopefully he can, and man, it's crazy. But when he becomes president, you want him to do a good job because you're still on the ship that he is controlling. If he does a bad job, you're going down too. Like, unfortunately, chances are there is no life rafts for you. And if the captain does a bad job, especially at these times, we're all screwed. So, anyways, sorry for my little rant. Let's watch this video. I haven't watched it, but let's go.
World War III than we are today under Joe Biden.
Yeah.
A global conflict between nuclear-armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon. Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare. We will avoid it, but we need new leadership. Every day this proxy battle in Ukraine continues, we risk global war. We must be absolutely clear that our objective is to immediately have a total cessation of hostilities.
That was so much of a funny pause, but so is that one. Anyways, he's right though. When it comes to you want to see all war, you want it to stop ASAP. It's not good. It does not look good if it continues. Man, can you imagine if it continues, if we continually keep messing with Putin? He said he's going to use nuclear weapons. What makes people think he's not going to? Because it's a horrible idea and he would suffer as a result? I'm sure he thinks about that too, or else he would have used it already, you know? But just imagine if it's your country that's getting invaded, okay? It's your country, you want to fight for it for whatever the hell reason you want to, okay? Your country, you're getting invaded, okay? You think, now they're using these better weapons that's going to cause a lot more damage. And probably gonna be able to win this war and take my country. Should I just then sacrifice us because we're gonna lose anyways? You know, it's kind of like, if that were the case, of course he would probably use it. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway,
shooting has to stop. This is the central issue. We need peace without delay. In addition, there must also be a complete commitment to dismantling the entire globalist neocon establishment that is perpetually dragging us into endless wars, pretending to fight for freedom and democracy abroad, while they turn us into a third world country and a third world dictatorship right here at home. The State Department, the defense bureaucracy, the intelligence services, and all of the rest need to be completely overhauled and reconstituted to fire the deep staters and put America first. We have to put America first. Finally, we have to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and NATO's mission. Our foreign...
You know what? I agree with that 100%. Back in the day, before I knew all this information and what I know now, I would have disagreed with a lot of things just because of propaganda, really, is initially what it is. But I think that should be a normal, to reevaluate certain organizations, especially major organizations like NATO, the WHO, even the FBI, CIA, just any major organization or network there should be a point in time, let's say every couple of years or maybe in a random time, they would go and evaluate and see if their goals of when they started align to where they currently are. You know, if NATO was put in power, that organization, so that to stop and to create peace, but now they're at a level where instead of doing that's what they first came into doing, they wanted to create peace. Now they're in the process of trying to just fund more war. You gotta figure that out. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if you can hear my parrot in the background, but that's pretty funny.
Foreign policy establishment keeps trying to pull the world into conflict with a nuclear-armed Russia based on the lie that Russia represents our greatest threat. But the greatest threat to Western civilization today is not Russia. It's probably, more than anything else, ourselves and some of the horrible USA-hating people that represent us. It's the abolition of our national borders. It's the failure to police our own cities. It's the destruction of the rule of law from within. It's the collapse of the nuclear family and fertility rates like nobody can believe is happening. It's the Marxists who would have us become a godless nation worshiping at the altar of race and gender and environment. And it's the globalist class that has made us totally dependent on China and other foreign countries that basically hate us. These globalists want to squander all of America's strength, blood, and treasure, chasing monsters and phantoms overseas while keeping us distracted from the havoc they're creating.
I love that. Chasing monsters and phantoms overseas while distracting us from the havoc that they've done to us. That's great.
Right here at home. These forces are doing more damage to America than Russia and China could ever have dreamed. Evicting this sick and corrupt establishment is the monumental task for the next president. And I am the only one who can do it. I'm the only one that can get the job done. I know exactly what has to be done.
There's no one else. I'm the only one. That's funny. I like it when he does that. He really is just. Oh, and then this is Oh, our boy Joe in the Amazon. While there's nuclear wars possibly about to start.
To begin raining down inside Russia, which Putin has said will be an act of war and that Russia will be officially at war with the United States when Biden first floated it 2.5 months ago. Biden made the authorization at 2 p.m. Central yesterday. And then he went out and gave a speech in the rainforest and wandered off into the forest. He couldn't even talk at the podium.
Yeah, like what the hell?
Mitch McConnell now gave a press conference and could not talk. That's who's in charge. Trying to start World War III. And on the set doctrines of Russia and the United States, we both have the exact same doctrines when it comes to this. If you bring long-range hypersonic missiles and supersonic missiles up to someone's borders that can carry nuclear weapons, and you fire those at the country, they have to respond as if it's a nuclear attack, because if they have hydrogen bombs on board as their payload, they can take out your missile fields or defense fields in a sneak attack, which under Obama, and it's still the policy, the United States changed from a non-strike first capability or policy to a first strike policy.
That's crazy.
These policies are important for people like the Hollywood set that have come out. Sean Penn a few years ago and said, let's have nuclear weapons on the table. Let's go ahead and use them. Well, you can't do that, dumbass, because it's all been war gamed by everybody, and it always ends the same. It's called MAD, mutually assured destruction.
And that's where we're going to end it, because damn, okay? That shouldn't be a case. Why are we trying to fund and start World War III? If somebody can give me a great answer for that, I'll change my mind and say that it would be a good idea to do that. But from what I know, okay, with a little thing called common sense, I know it's not too common anymore these days. But from what I know, is that if there is nuclear bombs being flown around, landing in major cities, that's not good for anybody anywhere around the world. Okay? Well, that's what I think, and apparently that's what Alex Jones thinks too. But who knows? He's just a crazy conspiracy theorist. But anyways, if you guys have any other ideas or thoughts or anything, please let me know in the comments below. And if you like the video, please like the video. And as always, be safe out there. And I will see you all in another video.